Okay, maybe I was misunderstood on the Americans and the Americans. Okay, um, let's start from the beginning a little bit here. All right, they say Hitler did the biggest Holocaust towards the Jews. Okay, all right. Well, the biggest Holocaust was really when Christopher Columbus missed his point and went to South America to the Mayans. And he left and went home, left his people there, and everything got kind of crazy. And the Mayans didn't have no disease. Well, the white man from Europe did. As you all know, I am full-blooded Indian. Okay? And I'm not trying to be rude, crude, and abusive and socially unacceptable. Okay. I have the video up, Americans and Americans. Now, the basic point I want to get to is you can't don't exist in my vocabulary. We are all one, okay? And people, I really want you to just please listen for a moment. Okay, so when all the Mayans were all half dead and they slaughtered all of Christopher Columbus people that he left here and went over and said were successful to the Queen, and he went back and found them all dead from the Mayans that did exist through the mess. So she took him and put him 20 years in prison. He was in a cell with no window at first. And then he made a deal and got put in a cell with a little bitty window. And a gentleman smuggled him in a little telescope, back in the day, and, for ships and everything for sailing. And he studied the stars. And he finally convinced the Queen that he could get here to the country that's called America. Okay? Now, I meant no rude, crude, abusive language and the Americans. No, I was not on some great marijuana opiated. I was just a little bit upset that day because of what people, just want to hate each other. And hate ain't the thing. See, the government wants you to hate one another. The government wants the whites to hate the blacks, and the blacks to hate the whites. They really actually wanted a civil war. Well, that didn't work. Okay. Um, what I really want to say is that, see, when Christopher Columbus set foot on the continent of North America, the Indians actually considered it World War One. Okay, really, they did, because they felt intruded upon. We had no disease. Well, they killed 2/3 of my population um, by their disease because we didn't have none. A little vaccination shot you get in grade school, to save you from all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Well, they didn't have them back then. Okay. So I'm not being obtuse, but you know, out of 60 million, 500 nations, 300 languages of Indians with bow and arrows and spears against guns, bang bangs. we survived a long time. And it was peaceful at first. When the white man came to this country, they were freezing to death, and frostbite and everything, and sickness and everything else. And it spreads, okay? And we, the Indians, we helped them. We showed them how to stay warm and make tents and things like that, and help keep themselves and their bodies warm, because they were getting frostbite and everything, their hands, everything, toes were falling off. They were all dying. And we have hearts. We do. We had heart. And we went to try to help them. Well, as things went along, there was the so-called take the land from the Indians, which they did, and put my people in reservations at the end. The tier trails, 500 Nations by Kevin Costner, co-hosted, did a beautiful job. Dancing with Wolves, Zyguest, there's your government for you. The FICI, that was done on DeVille's Island by the 7 most richest ruling people of the earth, the world, okay? And, people were tricked. I think it was Hubert Humphrey that was the vice president, and the president was murdered, so he would pass that. That created income tax, which is totally illegal till this day. All right. The second that you got your Social Security card and you did collect taxes, then you were chipped. All right. Yeah. And that's when you blew it. Okay. You should have made all tax write-offs and everything. And, it's so sad to see the way the people live today. We're barely surviving. I know my wife and I, we barely make it month to month. We are living 250% below the poverty level. I'm handicapped. I'm an amputee. Okay, no big deal. It's like, what happened? What really happened? People, please listen up. Stop the hate. We don't want a civil war. That's why we're in Afghanistan, as you've seen what happened yesterday. If you did your homework, okay? There's so many wannabes out there that think they know everything. You go to prisonplanet.com. There's so many sites to find information on. And the Helter Skelter show and the Monty Hall special and Free American Third Party, you're nobodies. You think you know something and you know nothing, okay? You really don't. The Indians have been taking this too long. We're coming back. I'm Cherokee, and a Cherokee nation will survive. We're coming back stronger and stronger than ever. The monetary system is dead. I put a thing on Facebook about a dollar bill, and it's worth nothing. There's no gold in the mint. The deficit is terrible. I mean, we didn't do it. We had a barter system. Everything was great. Okay? I meant no harm in the Anericants. But there's a lot of Americans that's not standing up for themselves. And you got to be an American to get something done. The Constitution of the United States was wrote on hemp paper. Clothes were made out of hemp. Okay? Hemp is good for glaucoma. It's good for cancer. Everything. It just rope, everything. Why keep cutting down the trees when you can grow hemp and it grows back 10,000 times faster? Okay? You know, I was a little angry that night, okay, on that video. I was very angry. And, no, there wasn't no opiates in my marijuana because I don't smoke marijuana, okay? But I support it. And it's AMILO webs.com. And it's on SinCityLiveRadio.com. I support it because people need it, okay? It's the most relaxing thing. It kills brain cells, they say, but those brain cells grow back. This stuff that is called alcohol, okay, it don't. So I've got one brain cell left I want to give you, okay? I meant no harm in that video. I don't hate nobody. You didn't do it. Your grandparents didn't do it. Your great-grandparents didn't do it. Your ancestors did. And when the Queen seen that Christopher Columbus went to court and she said, I'll give you 5 boats. And she took every insane person and every criminal out of all the insane asylums and prisons and gave them to Chris. That's what America's made of. Basically, criminals and insane people. But we made it. We proved to her, they proved to her that they weren't. So when America got thriving and they destroyed the Indians, she come over with the Boston Tea Party, okay, and wanted to take everything back. And the British wanted to take over the word made America. It's not America. It's just, call it the land of the free, but it's not. Because if it's the land of the free, why is it so expensive to live here? Why do we have to pay for shelter? Why do we have to pay for food? I can live off the land. I was taught to live off the land as a young lad, okay? Hemp clothing lasts longer than cotton. Everything. It's not for the bad. It's for the good. I mean, America really needs to get their act together, okay? The link's in SinCityLiveRadio.com. We call it United Pot Smokers of America, okay? And there's so many of you out there that need it, and it's a total relaxant, okay? There's nothing wrong with it. It's an herb. It's not a drug. Please support this. I have had over 287 people sign that petition and register for it that don't even smoke pot, half of them, because they know it's a good thing, okay? Why keep cutting down the rainforests in the unfound rainforest that they just found. They're going to rip it up too. They cut the trees down where all the real herbs and everything were to help sickness and everything else, and they're destroying it. Stop. Look. Listen. Pay attention. We're not the bad guys. You know, when you watch Roy Rogers and, John Wayne and everything, the Indians were the bad guys. We weren't the bad guys. You were the bad guys that took our land, okay? And you brought that man-made alcohol to us and made us insane, Whoa, we do some peyote and drink some of that brown liquor and smoke the peace pipe, and then we go on the warpath because you tricked us. That's all you did. We would take you to powwows and you would agree and do everything, and then you'd wake up in the morning and burn our people and take our kids out of the tents and give them bull haircuts and drag them across the desert. And if they died, they just cut you off and hooked you up to another one, and left you in the sand to disintegrate. And is that fair? Is that really fair of what happened? I don't really think so. I just want to enlighten you a little bit about what was going on. So you can. You're Americans, not Americans. So, to my brother, no, my marijuana wasn't opiated laced or nothing like that, because I don't smoke it. But I thank you for your comment. That was a great comment. And I don't mention names. Okay, I consider you a friend. Okay, we have great conversations. And I just want y'all to know that I don't hate nobody, but I hate Anericants. Okay, that's what I meant by that. So screw the Anericants and say thumbs up to the Americans that want to do something with this country and stop white man from making war to live, because we're in a mess. It's terrible. Every country is just dying slowly. The tsunamis from the El Nino, which is an El Nino now, which will go through till 2013. Okay, there's going to be a lot of stuff happen. Earthquakes, tsunamis are going to keep going and going and going and going. And it's like Waterworld. Kevin Costner did that. We're going to have to find land somewhere. So, learn to live off the land before it's too late. Please. I'm giving this to you out of love. All right? And I apologize if I hurt anybody's feelings on the video that I made. Americans or Anericants. Okay? I had a little buzz on from that man-made thing called alcohol. Okay? When I made that video. So I apologize if I hurt anybody's feelings. Most of my friends are from Europe. Most of my friends are from Canada. The Americans really don't like me. And I see why. Because I'm an Indian. Okay, that's okay. It don't bother me, all right? But that's my culture. I'm 100% Cherokee Indian. I'm not a Skelter 143% Indian. That's just plain bullshit. Okay? Fact, fact, fact. That's his favorite word. Fact, fact, fact. You know, I'm right again. I'm right again. I'm right again. You're dead wrong about so much stuff that you talk about that I think you lost your last brain cell. And, do me a favor. Get you two more wives. Be a bigamist for your lesbian wife. Okay? And shut the fuck up. Tired of hearing your mouth. And let's make a deal, Monty. You don't know, you look like an orangutan eating clit chips. Alright? Shut the fuck up. Saint Fu. If you don't like it, kiss my raunchy redskin ass. Because I don't like you. Okay? When I come in your room in peace, alright? Don't give me no obtuse sayings. Oh, there's cold to drunk, da 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 da, and all that bullshit. Because you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. I looked you both up. You got records longer than my dick. And my dick's 3 feet long. Alright? Yeah. So, quit transvestiting. Get your lipstick out. Let's make a deal. And, bend over, Skelter. Bend over. Because it's coming to you. They're coming to get you. They got an eye on you. But I just wanted to say that to clear that subject up. I had a buzz on, and I was a little bit upset that night on the American and Anericants. What are you? I want to thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy this and understand my point, okay, from what the white man does to everybody, not just the Indians, to everybody. He sticks his nose everywhere where it don't belong, and it needs to come to a stop. And I would really appreciate it if, people would register for United Pot Smokers of America. Okay, it's an herb. Please do this. I'm going to read it off to you again. It's called amilowebs.com. Put the http hyphen / if you need be. It's for the good. It's for the people. This has been going on too long. It's not reefer madness. Okay? Please. And I don't even smoke. I support it though. Alright? I love y'all. Don't take me wrong. So, when I said I hated you, I meant I hated you because you were cants and not Americans for the white people. I consider myself a sovereign citizen. No one owns me, and they never will. I thank you very much, and I want to say, God bless you all.